More.
Oh, you wouldn't have got more. You said it back.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear me Mom. Happy birthday to you. I don't want to see this tape.
We're skip singing it normally. You have to put that dramatic pause.
Crunchy cup. Crunchy cup. Look at that. Crunchy cup.
Here's the plate.
I need a connect.
Here, Deb. Deb can't take it right.
Can't do it. Give it.
The plate cam.
Is it on?
Yes.
You gotta lighten it.
Well, this is silly.
It's wrapping.
Get to mommy.
You sing to me, Mom.
Sing happy birthday. Go ahead.
Happy birthday.
Go ahead, Paul. Sing it. Now sing the song, Paul.
Sing the song.
Birthday to you.
He knows the words. He goes like this.
Happy birthday. They all whisper.
Yeah, he whispers it.
Sing it. You can sing it.
You want me to pass these around?
Yeah,
Should we have put forks in for this or no?
can you reach the forks right there on the...
There's Aunt Betty.
Let's go get
Hi,
some
Aunt
cake.
Betty.
Hi.
And there's
There's
Betty
Aunt
Lou.
Irma.
Betty Lou.
And there's Betty Lou. Betty Lou, and there's Skip too.
Skip to my Lou. That's
There's Uncle Jimmy. And there's Paul. And there's Barbara. And there's Dad and Gary.
Whoa, good throw.
Yeah.
Want some cake, bud?
Okay.
Do you like happy butts?
Oh, you burped.
You're a piggy.
That's embarrassing.
Are you piggy? Are you piggy? You piggy? Piggy, 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 piggy.
You're hamming it up now.
He certainly does.
Are you hamming it up for what, guy? Huh?
Takes after his mommy.
That's a
Where we
treat.
going? Where we going?
Go get his cake.
Back for more cake.
my favorite boy doing, huh?
Safe in the
So,
arms
hey,
of
that Betty
Daddy.
Lou, she's okay, huh? He says, I don't want to forget
It's
Barbie.
lady loving time.
My good buddy here. Don't want to get her time. Play everything.
Uh-oh, we're gonna get one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Robert.
Oh.
Oh, it's Robert.
The barber time now, I
I
bet.
can't read right.
You okay?
Whoa.
Robert.
Robert.
Hit it, Barbara.
Robert and his new friend.
Now 1, 2.
Robert looked out of the window of the new apartment. In the whole long street of big and little houses, he didn't know anyone.
From the
He
bedroom he was
tapped
locked in.
against the door and sang this song. I don't know what to do. I'd like a friend or two.
Next week we
Hi,
can have
oh,
Barbara
the
on.
Dario, I'd like a friend or two.
Oh,
No
skip.
one answered. Robert sang the song to his baby sister.
Uh-oh.
She just kicked her barefoot and
Gurgle,
burgle.
Play some
Morning.
guitar.
Oh,
He
yeah,
stuck his tongue out at her and tried to sing the
I
song.
find myself watching
Tables
this.
are gonna tumble here.
She just passed him an armful of towels, teacups, neckties.
Well, yeah, and he sometimes.
Ready? Whoa!
Yes, Paul? Yeah, go down it again. Good, we'll throw the ball here. Throw the ball. Whoa, good throw. You ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Whoa. Did you get it? Get the ball. Throw it to Mommy. Whoa, good throw.
Good throw, Paul.
Mommy, throw it back.
Ready? Ready, Paul? Nope. Ready?
Paul, come on down your sliding board, bud. Is Paul peeking?
Are you peeking?
Hey, Paul, come on, come down the sliding board for Daddy.
Oh no.
Please? Oh, you want to peek? Go ahead, peek.
You wanna peek?
Are you peeking?
Flushed him out, Mommy.
I did. You gotta fall down the sliding board. You ready? Whoa! Come on, you get down the sliding board.
Up the sliding board.
Almost.
Hello.
Expect the unexpected. Like when Pastor Steve Schwambach printed an open letter in the newspaper inviting Madonna to come to his church.
Invited Madonna to church because I thought it'd probably been a long time since somebody had invited her to church.
And did she go? The spot where Madonna did go has shocked some people. This out-of-the-way place called the Show Bar. Still, all in all, the most important lesson Evansville's learned is lesson number 5. It's all worth it.
If you want to have the surprise of your life and have a good time, try to get a movie into your hometown.
And the owners of a popular Evansville night spot are having a good time at the expense of the visiting movie stars. The most popular new items on the menu at Wine Zappel's General Store, Beauty Shop, and Tavern include the Tom Hanks bologna sandwich and the Madonna, a large hamburger on drink.
Now from Lynn Smith's menu, some deep dish on a couple of movie stars who've probably never been to Evansville.
Schizophrenia. Thy name is Hollywood. Check out this week's variety. On page 1, there's a major story of the new Hollywood frugality. How studios are telling directors, writers, and yes, even some stars to lower their prices or get out of
I'd like to now show you the Devil's Elevator. With the Devil's Elevator, we use a 2, 3, 4, 5, and what we call elevator cards. 2, 3, 4 elevator cards. What we're going to do is we take the elevator cards, lay them down. That leaves us with the 2, 3, 4, and the 5. We put down the 5, 4, the 3, and that leaves us with the 2, which we put on top of the elevator cards. We take the 2, put it in the second position, press the button, and now you see why they're called elevator cards. The 2 comes to the top. We now take the 3, put it the third from the top, third from the bottom. In Magic we have a term for that. It's called the middle. Press the button, and the 3 comes to the top. That leaves us with our 4 elevator cards. Now what we do is we'll go ahead and we'll take 1, 2, 3. We're going to take the 4, put it from the fourth from the top, press the button, and golly gee, it comes to the top. You may think I'm using more than 4 cards here, but there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4. Only 4 cards, and they're all our elevator cards. As a matter of fact, what we do is we take the elevator cards, drop them on this 5, press the button, and amazing as it may seem, the 5 comes to the top. Now I'll show you how to do this trick. First, from a deck of cards, the elevator cards are in your packet. From a deck of cards, take out 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. With the 2 being on the top, 5 on the bottom. Your elevator cards, take them in alternate colors. When you introduce the cards, you say you have the 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a break underneath one of the elevator cards so that when you square them up, it goes along with the packet of numbers. Take the 3 cards, handle them as 4, place them down, and then show the cards that you have. 1, 2, 3 cards, and number 5 is really a double card. Put them on top. So you go ahead and show them. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all the diamonds. You go ahead and place them down. Okay. Now when you have them in this order, you go ahead and you say, okay, I've got the 5, the 4, the 3, and you show the 2. In reality, the 2 has the 3 underneath. Take this double card, which you handle as a single, and put it on top of the 3 elevator cards that you have. Now your order should be as follows. The 3 is on top, then the 2, and then your alternating arrow cards, elevator cards. From this point, you take the card that's on the top, the 2, which is in reality a 3, and you say you put it in the second spot. Square the cards, press the button, and the 2, which was under the 3, is now on top. You do the same thing. You take the next card off here. That's really the 4. You say you're going to put it in the third spot because they think it's the number 3. Square them up, press the button, and the 3 comes to the top. Now, flip the cards face up. What you really have is you have an arrow, arrow, the 4, and another arrow. Okay? When we show the cards, we have to conceal that 4. The way how we do that is what's called an Elmsley count. Okay? What you do is you take the top card. Then when you come back to get the next card, you leave that card you took off on the bottom. Let it clip just underneath the fingertips here. Right under this edge. And at the same time, your top thumb pushes 2 cards. And these 2 cards, the card that you're trying to hide, is underneath that. Okay, one more time. You're in this position. You take off 1. You then bring this back, let it catch underneath, push off 2 from the top, and then you pull single and single. And by doing that, you'll hide that 4. Once you've done that Elmsley count, and that's outlined in many magic books, try to follow it here. If you're having problems with it, you're going to have to do more research on yourself. Okay? Take those arrows, and by the way, practice is the key to that Elmsley count. Okay. Now we're ready to put the 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4. We say we're going to put it in the 4th spot. Go ahead and close the deck, press it, and the 4 comes up. At this point, we count the cards, changing their order. You say, you may think that I'm using more than 4 cards, and you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no special moves there. You're just counting them, switching the order, reversing the order of the cards. And then you flip them up, and now we're ready to do another Elmsley count. Take off the top card. Get ready to push off 2 with this hand. Push off 2, and when you come back to get those 2, you leave the first one that you took. And with that, it's a fair showing of the cards that you have in your hand. At that point, you're ready to finish. Because remember, the card that was down here is our arrow card, the one that we clipped onto our original number series. All you do is you say you're going to take your arrow cards, elevator cards, put them on top, press the button, and amazing as it may seem, the final card comes to the top. And that's the Devil's Elevator. The key to this is learning that Elmsley count, which we'll go ahead and we'll do one last time. We'll take the 5 from here and just stick it in here so you can see what we have. This is the order that we have. We have 1 card, 2 card, which we can show, a card that we're trying to hide, and then a 4th card. It's as follows. Hold them out on the fingertips of your hands. I find that the easiest. Take a card. That's the top card. Pull your hands apart. As your hands start coming back together, push 2 cards. Just use your thumb on the top. Your thumb on the top will just let you push the 2 cards over, and when your hands come back under, let the card that you first took clip under on the fingers underneath as you pull the top 2 cards. The card that you're trying to hide is under that card. And then you count off top, top, and that's the Elmsley count. It's a very good trick. I think you'll have a lot of good times with it. I would now like to show you how you can take a borrowed quarter from any spectator and put it inside the bottle. Now obviously that coin is not going to go through the neck. If you wanted to do that, you may want to try to put a dime in a bottle, okay? But this quarter is not going to go. What you do is take that borrowed quarter, grab your bottle, and take it, and first attempt, second attempt, third time's always the charm, and maybe you just have to get a little more Elmo grease in it. You ready? And if you take a look, amazing as it may seem, you would now put that coin in the bottle. Take the bottle, hand it out, and have the spectator see if he can get it out. So you can see that thing is trapped in there pretty good. you're probably going to have to take it from him and say that you can get it out for him. With that, you go 1, 2. There you go. You can then at this point take the quarter, give it back to the spectator for examination. Okay. How are we able to get the coin in the bottle? Well, that's because in your package you'll see a gimmicked coin. If you take note, it's a folding coin. The coin is cut into 3 parts and has a rubber band around it. When you do this trick, what you want to do is you want to fold the coin into like a Z. So one fold comes one way, the other fold goes the other way. Take that and put it right there in one of the crotches of your fingers. Okay, so you fold it up, put it in the crotch of your finger, and that's where you do. You hold it just like that. While you're doing your presentation, you get your quarter from a spectator, you have your bottle, go through the routine. Then when you go to grab the bottle so that you line up that quarter into the neck. Okay? It takes practice, and sometimes the quarters are going to unbend faster on you, so you have to be very flexible when you're doing this trick and react to what happens. But with a little practice you should have it down. So what I have now is the quarter in the neck of the bottle already, the folded quarter. And what I'm going to do is just palm this quarter, whichever way you want. Usually I hold it in between, in that position, finger palm, so that I can turn my hand over. Okay? And all you do, you just go ahead and you hit it. Okay? Let's try that again. Like I said, you have to make sure that you get the quarter into the neck. That didn't happen for me that time. Okay, quarter's now into the neck. You take this quarter and you slam it. And if you do that fast in a quick motion, I'm trying to keep it within frame here for you so that you can see everything. Amazingly enough, you now have the coin in the bottle. Now you still have this coin here and you're going to feel uncomfortable with having it there. The thing to do is to use that hand with the coin to handle the bottle as much as possible. So this one's free. This one, the reason why it's held the way it is because you're holding something. Okay, to get the quarter out of the bottle, okay, that quarter, the original quarter, which you have in your hand like this, you hold there. By going like this, that quarter will come out of the bottle into your hand, and at that point you let the real quarter just drop. Once again, hold the bottle in the same hand as the coin, and it'll keep you from being detected. Okay? Grab the coin, hand it to the spectator. Notice I'm using the same hand which has the fake coin in it. Hand it to the spectator, and that's that. A little practice. Main thing is folding up that quarter, getting it in a comfortable place in your hand so that you can get it into the neck, so that when you hit it, the coin ends up in the bottle. The next impromptu trick I'd like to show you is called the topsy-turvy card. This can be done impromptu. There's no setup. All you need is a dollar bill and a playing card. I'm using a blank face playing card so that you can see the card flipping back and forth a little easier. Okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the card, take the dollar bill, I put the dollar bill in the card like that, fold over the card, fold over the bill, so that basically what I have at this point is the card sticking out of the dollar bill. Then what I'm going to do is push the card through. If you notice, the blue back turns into the white front. I go back the other way. The white front turns into blue back. You keep doing this forever and ever. Okay. As a matter of fact, you can even open up the dollar bill and show the bill in one piece, like that. Folding it over, and then pressing it through. This is a great little mind mystery for impromptu tricks. Yeah, as a matter of fact, what we're going to do is the reason why people are so confused. If they really take a look at the card, they notice it wasn't really topsy-turvy. It's just that's the way the card was made. And that's the end of the trick. Now let me show you how to do that. First off, dollar bill. Another card. I'll go through this slow. Here's your first move. You put the card at the center point of the dollar bill. Fold the dollar bill over. Then when you go to fold the card, what you're doing is you're ripping the card along that edge. Now, if you want to pre-rip this or before the trick, that's fine. But I find that as I'm talking, I can do it without anybody knowing. So basically what I have at this point is the full card underneath, and where it looks like I was folding the card, I was actually ripping it down and folding. Now when you flip that dollar back over, you take this end and take it the opposite direction. So it goes like this. And that's it. The trick's done. Now when you push through, the back of the card turns to the front. Make sure you get that crease straight when you bend it. Back and forth like this. This drives them nuts. Okay. When you're back to your original position, the back, you can go ahead and you can open up the bill like that and show the folded card. In reality, underneath this flap here is the balance of the card. So you just keep that bill like that. Okay, and from that end, it looks like that's the double card. Close it up. They've now seen the back, they've seen the whole card, and now you push it through. For the dismount, you push it through, you go ahead, pull the card out of the bill until you reach the point where you've done your initial rip. Continue the rip off. Place it down, get the balance of the card, place it down, and you finish with the fact that the card was not a topsy-turvy card, but that's the way it was actually printed. It's a good illusion, impromptu. You can do it when you have no other magic around. You can still make magic happen. This is a simple trick, but it's amazing how many people get fooled by this. I've done this trick a lot of times at Star Trek conventions, so I usually use the theme of the teleporter, or moving a person from one place to another. In this case, we're going to transport cards. What I do is I show what cards we have. There's one pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, and a single odd card. What I do is I put the odd card to one side. Okay. This is also can be used as the piano trick. And instead of laying your cards out like this, if you find that's a problem, you can go ahead and have the spectator. You put a pair of cards in between the spectator's fingers, like this. As you can see, they would continue to do this, and I've just painted myself into a corner. Okay, leave these like this. When you take the cards out of the spectator's fingers, you go as follows. There's a pair. I'm going to put these down to continue. You go like this. There's one pair, there's another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair, and our final pair. So we've got paired cards. And now we have the odd card. You ask one spectator to hold these, another spectator to hold them, and a third spectator to tell you which pile she wants the odd card in. The odd card goes in here. Just like that. It transports. The odd card is now in here. How is that, you say? Watch. Well, there's a pair. There's a pair. Another pair. And another pair. Meanwhile, over in this pile, there's a pair. There's a pair. There's a pair, and there's the odd card. Dress this up. This is a very simple concept, yet it's very effective. And since it does itself, the magic happens in the spectator's hands. It's a very strong effect if presented properly. Basically, what you're doing is you're matching up the pairs and your odd card. But if you take note how many pairs we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's an odd number. When you go and take the cards, showing them as a pair, you go, that's a pair, you actually separate them into two separate piles. There's another pair. You're saying it's a pair, and yet you're splitting them after you do it. This is very subtle. Another pair, another pair, another pair, another pair. Move these up here now. And finally, the last pair. There were 7 pair when we started, so that means if we've separated them, we have 7 cards in each pile. Both of these piles now have an odd number of cards. When you take the quote-unquote odd card and put it in one of the piles, it now makes 7, 8. If you notice through this whole thing, I never counted cards. I just said, there's a pair, there's a pair, there's a pair, and there's a pair. And miraculously, it looks like the odd card that you put here is no longer there, but instead, pair, 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 finally the odd card. Okay, there's a package of blank cards in there. When you do this using normal playing cards, and your odd card is a 7 of spades, and you put it there, people want to see that 7 of spades go from there to over here. So by using blank cards, you take that question out of their mind. Okay, dress that up, make any story that you want. Actually hand off the packets into spectators' hands. The magic happens in their hands. It's very strong. I'd like to introduce you now to the trick that's called Monty on the Rocks. The story that goes along is this. You know, in Las Vegas or Atlantic City, when you're stopped under suspicion of drinking while intoxicated, they don't make you walk the straight line, they don't make you recite the alphabet. Instead, what they do is they whip out a deck of cards. Not unlike this deck of cards. It's a deck of cards, one card out of the deck of each suit. So we have jacks in all their suits. And what happens is, they'll tell you, all you have to do is tell me what suit you see. And if you answer all my questions properly, then I'll go ahead and let you go. And go something like this. And the officer says, what do you see? I said, well, I see a heart, officer. Now I see a club. Now I see a card that's flipped over. And now I see a spade. Officer says, well, what card does it appear that flipped over? He says, well, it appears to be the diamond. He says, you're doing very good. With that, he'd shake the cards. Spades. Oh, the diamond's back. But now another card's flipped over. And this time, it appears to be the heart. The officer says, you're doing very good. Shakes the deck. Says, what do you see? Well, I see the club. Oh, and now I see the heart. But there's still a card that's flipped over. And I see a diamond. So it appears the card that flipped over this time was the spade. The officer says, you know what, you're doing so good. We're going to jump right to the end of the trick. Okay? The end of the test goes like this. Just tell me what color the backs of the cards are. Well, I thought they were blue. The officer says, well, I'm sorry, but if you paid attention, you noticed that all the cards were red. He says, but maybe you weren't paying attention. I'll give you one last chance. Okay? Tell me what color the backs of the cards are. And you go, well, I think they're red. He says, well, that's partially right, but I think I'm going to have to take you in because it's apparent that you must have been drinking. All the backs turn into Budweiser or other beer label cards. Okay? That's Monty on the Rocks. It's a very strong effect. It's great in bar situations. Okay, let me show you what we have here. We've got 4 jacks, all of them with Budweiser backs. In your packet, you'll see that there's could be Budweiser, it could be another brand. Then we have another card, which is red on one side and blue on the other, better known as red on one side and blue on the other. Okay, the setup goes like this. You just take the 4 jacks, put that double-sided card on the back. You hold the deck from above. If you're right-handed, you hold it with your right hand. If you're left-handed, left. Hold it from above. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take our thumb and pull the top card off. There's 1 card. There's 2 cards. 3 cards. And you leave this double card. These are really 2 cards here. You leave it in your hand and you show them like that. So now you've shown the 4 jacks. And now you're ready to start the trick. The double card now, instead of leaving it on top, just place it underneath the top card. And now you're all set to go through. Now as you go ahead and continue to pull the cards off, same way we did originally, you'll see now there's a card that appears to be flipped over. Okay, hold them the same way. This hand has the double cards. In this case, there's a jack of clubs underneath. Hold them like that. They'll tell you what card flipped over. You square them again. You pull it off, and it appears each time another card is flipped over. Put them on top, and you just pull it with your thumb. And you just continue to do this until you bore them silly. Okay? Usually just go through it 4 times. Okay? This is the 4th time. You now say, well, you're doing so good. What we're going to do is jump to the end of the test. What you do is you take the double card that you have here and the double back card, grab the double back card with it. Because what you want to do is you want to get that double back card onto the bottom. Okay, so that's what we did. We just took the double back card with the 2 cards that we had in our right hand, and we put everything on the bottom. Now, the backs had been blue. Now, this is called a frustration count. You take the cards from above with your right hand, and now you're going to show them red. You show them red, you come back, thumb, pull the top card. Just every move that we've been doing. Okay, it's good to keep this hand this way so they don't see the value of the card. Red, pull it, red, pull it. cards, and you take that last one, and you put it on top. You say, well, obviously, you've had a problem telling me what color the back of the cards were. At this point, you just flip over the deck. No fancy move. Just flip it over, put it deep into your palm. And the Budweiser cards now show. Now, take the thumb of the left hand, push one card off, you grab it. Push one card off, you grab it. And now you have 3 cards in your hand. Okay? That's what you have. You have 3 cards. The double face card in between the two beer cards. Okay? What you're going to do is with your thumb, go ahead and push 2 cards. Put the pressure down on the bottom card and just kind of like clear the face of the bottom card. And when you do that, the 2 cards that are sitting on top of it will ride over like one. Okay, so it'll look like only 1 card. So there it is. There's 1 card. You nab it. And finally, the last card. And you put it down. And that's it. And that's Monty on the Rocks. As you can